we met with two people, VC3 and Michigan Technology Management, and he's from Dryden, and he has 6 people on his staff, or 7 including himself, it looks like. And VC3 was more, they were more corporate-like to me, and we didn't like them as much. And then when we met with Michigan Technology, we all liked them, and we want to give that a try. Because after Jeannie left a bite at a time, we've been working with Mike, who's in California, and he has a runner in Hadley, but it's just not been working out. The response time is bad, so we're just bringing it before the board to hire Michigan Technology Management as our IT people.
I like because he's nearby, he's really, willing to jump at any time or send somebody. He had talked to us about elections, we were talking about, in case something happens or goes on. That's no problem, and if this is new or whatever, we'll have a guy sitting right here in that room waiting for you if you need something.
Wonderful.
For the whole day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, gosh.
And the fire departments use them, and the villages use them.
He went to school with you.
Yep, well, he's graduated with my brother, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not asking
way.
for a contract either, it's kind of a pay as you go.
Yeah.
So even if we say yes today, and we call them up and say yes, 5 months from now, if it's not working out, there's no cutting the contract in half or anything like that, so.
And we'll have to work all that transitional stuff out with them, because they do charge a certain, like $10 a user fee per month for each user for virus protection, and it's a list of items, monitoring, updates, patches, endpoint, disaster response, remote login, it's all covered, and then of course the cloud backup. So that's our recommendation. So we have a motion to hire Michigan Technology Management as our IT. That would be,
Go ahead, you're fine.
I'll make a motion to hire Michigan Technology.
I'll second.
all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. And then, anybody want to speak for public at this time? Okay, this meeting is adjourned. Is it time? 45. We can wait 2 minutes.
Who made the sign for ABS? Did you see it? It said VBS to NIDE tonight. That's cute. Nancy said that quite a few people. And then with the rain, it died down.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I was there Monday, Tuesday night, but she's out of town for the Tigers a couple days here, so.
They used to have so many. You remember that?
Yeah, I used to do the record, I did all that.
And I did music, and I did all kinds of stuff.
We have over 100 bids sometimes.
Yeah. There's not any kids in our town anymore. Wesleyan does one though too, theirs is pretty big.
Is on.
Yeah.
Well, we will call this meeting to order. If everybody would stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
who's here?
Is absent. Smith here, Papineau here, English,
Here.
Hazen.
Here.
Okay, this is a public hearing for our general appropriation resolution. Would anybody like to speak at this time? This resolution is to establish the General Appropriations Act for the Township of Dryden to define the powers and duties of the Township of Dryden officers in relation the administration of the budget and to provide remedies for refusal or neglect to comply with the requirements of this ordinance. The Board of Trustees of the Township of Dryden resolves. Section 1, the title of this resolution shall be known as the Township of Dryden General Appropriations Act. Section 2, Chief Administrative Office, the supervisor shall be the Chief Administrative Officer and shall perform the duties of Chief Administrative Officer enumerated in this act. Section 3 is a fiscal officer. The clerk section shall be the fiscal officer and shall perform the duties of the fiscal officer enumerated in this act. The public hearings on the budget result to MCLS 141-412 and 141-413. Notice of a public hearing and the proposed budget was published in a paper and general circulation on May 24th, and a public hearing on the proposed budget was held on June 18th. The estimated revenues. The estimated township general fund revenues for the fiscal year 2026-2027, including an allocated millage of 1.2350 mils for operation, vote, and various miscellaneous revenues shall total 1.312420 million. Estimated township fire revenue of 1.2086 mils for operation, vote, and various miscellaneous revenues shall total $382,650. Estimated township police fund revenues of 2.6361 mils for operation, vote, and various miscellaneous revenues shall total $1.0073 million. Estimated township library fund revenues being an extra voted millage of 0.3328 mils for operation. Various miscellaneous revenues shall total $174,742. Section 6, the millage levy. The Township of Dryden Board shall cause to be levied and collected the general property tax on all real and personal property within the township upon the current tax roll, an amount equal to 3.4871 mils as authorized under state law and approved by the electorate. Estimated expenditures. The estimated township general fund expenditures for the fiscal year will be $1.312420. And estimated fire funds expenditures for operational and equipment purposes will be $382,650. And estimated police fund expenditures for operational purposes will be $1.0073 million. And estimated library fund expenditures will be $174,742. And the general fund budgets of the Township of Dryden is hereby adopted by reference with revenues and activity expenditures as indicated in section 5 and 7 of the Act. Adoption of the budget by cost center. The Board of Trustees of the Township of Dryden adopts the fiscal year general fund budgets by cost center. Township officials responsible for expenditures authorized in the budget may expend township funds up to but not to exceed the total appropriation authorized for each cost center, and may make transfers among various items contained in the cost center appropriation. However, no transfers of appropriations for line items related to personal or capital outlays may be made without prior board approval by budget's amendment. Appropriation not a mandate to spend. Appropriations will be deemed maximum authorizations to incur expenditures. The fiscal officer shall exercise supervision and control to ensure that expenditures are within appropriations and shall not issue any township order for expenditures that exceed appropriations. The periodic fiscal reports the fiscal officer shall transmit to the board at the end of each of the first 3 quarters and at the end of each month occurring during the 4th quarter, a report of financial operations including but not limited to a summary statement of the actual financial condition of the general fund at the end of the previous quarter. No obligation shall be incurred against and no payment shall be made from any appropriation account unless there is sufficient unencumbered balance in the appropriation and sufficient funds spare or will be available to meet the obligation. Whenever it appears the chief administrative officer of the township board that the actual and probable revenues in any fund will be less than estimated revenues upon which appropriations from such funds are based, and when it appears that the expenditures shall exceed an appropriation, the chief administration officer shall present to the township board recommendations to prevent expenditures from exceeding available revenue or appropriations for the current fiscal year. If such recommendations shall include proposals for reducing appropriations, increasing revenue, or both. Any obligation incurred or payment authorized in violation of this resolution shall be void and shall subject to any responsible officials or employees to disciplinary actions. And we need a board adoption.
I'll make a motion to adopt the budget of the 26-27 fiscal year.
I'll second.
I'm going to take a roll call vote.
Yes. Smith, yes. English,
Yes.
Hazen,
Yes.
Papineau,
Yes. Resolution adopted. Nice. Today. That's all we have. Anything else? Any more public comments? Okay, meeting is adjourned.
That was correct.
Just interested in how all that went, you know, like I didn't realize it was a big, long, drawn out thing. You know,
Few
like-
people read it all, like few places do. So it was neat to hear it all.
If nobody's here, we don't read it out loud because we.
You have it in front of you.
have it
Yeah,
in front of us. But you're here, so we read it.
I appreciate that.
Well, but this one.
And, I think April will probably have our little books ready for us probably next week or the week after.
Okay, yeah.
Before the meeting.
Yeah.
The,
Monthly.
before
Yeah.
July's
budget
monthly
book.
meeting,
Mhm.
okay.
Just depends when I get my ballots in. I'm gonna try to get it done before I get the ballots, but.
When is there an election?
August 4th,
August 4th.
yeah, but we'll be open the 9 days prior.
But it's a mad rush to get the ballots and get them out to the absentee people right away.
And what is that election for?
That is the gubernatorial
Primary.
primary.
I'm just saying, in case nobody knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and, we did send out to anyone who had been an AV ballot holder. That means that we used to contact them, and say, hey, do you want a ballot? And the state said we don't have to do that anymore. So I contacted and sent out letters to anyone who was an AV ballot holder to say, hey, FYI, we're not going to contact you anymore. If you want a ballot, you have to reach out to us. Fill out a form, you can become a permanent ballot holder, or you could request for just that, election. So that kind of saves a little bit, because that's a huge cost savings that we're not having to notify